We do not have control over those records.
The state treasurer is the state's chief banking officer. But what if that officer claims they don't have the ability to know how hundreds of millions of our tax dollars are spent? That's what State Treasurer Kimberly Yee is saying about the private school voucher program, which has ballooned upwards of $1 billion. A large category of those expenses is reimbursements, money ESA homeschool and private school parents get back after buying anything from a textbook to a backyard trampoline. Now, there are some lawmakers worried about parents abusing the ESA program. They want a breakdown of all the numbers. After all, public schools, city governments are required to document down pretty much every penny they spend, and then they turn over those records when anyone asks for them. As we've reported at 12 News, there's a third-party company that processes ESA reimbursements to parents, and it has a contract with the state treasurer. But Treasurer Yee now says it isn't her obligation to obtain records from that company to show how hundreds of millions of dollars have been spent by ESA parents.
We do not have control over those records. The third-party vendor does. So if you do want to contact the third-party vendor, they would have access to those records.
But she didn't always take this position. In fact, last year, at least partially, she complied with some records requests about these reimbursements pertaining to 2023. But she's now taking the position she has no control over these records for the school years of 2024 and 2025.
We do not have control over those records.
Now, critics allege a lot of those purchases are likely embarrassing for ESA supporters, and that he is shielding taxpayers from the information. After all, we have seen how some of the money is spent, and we've reported about parents using their education dollars for all kinds of things. Lego-themed sets, $800 KitchenAid mixers, the list goes on.
I would say they should be embarrassed because clearly something is going very, very wrong. This is millions of taxpayer dollars. It's almost $1 billion.
To be clear, the law has not changed about who's in charge of the ESA program. It declares the state treasurer and state superintendent are the administrators of the program. Tom Horne says the treasurer has the contract with the company and is therefore the custodian of these records. Now, all of this creates a pretty incredible situation when you think about it. If Horne and Yee are both correct, this would put Arizona taxpayers in the position of continually spending hundreds of millions of dollars for purchases every year that they don't have a way of knowing the details of. Now, House Minority Whip Nancy Gutierrez, who's a teacher at the legislature, a Democrat, she says she believes Yee should get the records and turn them over now.
Because the truth is, it is the taxpayers' money, and we deserve to know where it is, how it's been spent.
12 News is also in a legal battle with both the treasurer and the superintendent to also get those ESA records in the name of transparency. Our investigative reporter, Craig Harris, has been reporting more extensively on all of this in recent months. So we'll keep pushing for transparency on these public records. You can continue to follow our coverage on the socials and at 12 News.